Hello my lovely people, welcome back to Procrastinate with Books. Today's video is going to be pretty much old school. Come book shopping with me, then we discuss the book haul and also the beautiful emails that we have got recently. Now while I was planning my August reads, I was frequently visiting the bookstores a lot during July, especially to get my hands on the Fourth Wings hardcover, but that wasn't such an easy deal. And amongst these trips, I landed upon a very gradual Jaminson sale, and that's where I decided to go book shopping. And let's be honest, while we are actually visiting the bookstores, we all know that it's very difficult to come out empty handed. And so I got into a really good discovery mode. And while I was actually searching through, and the rest of the bookstore was pretty much empty, not that much of a rush, this whole section where the books were laid out on discount was totally throttling with people. And that's where I decided to keep my phone down in my pocket and get started with the digging work. And now that we are back home, relaxed and fresh all together, had my time to make a little cup of coffee. Not so little, honestly, but then again, who doesn't need coffee after a good some shopping haul? I got a couple of books from Kinokuniya bookstore, and these two were there in my mail last week, so I thought I'll share them both together with you guys. So let's open. So, taking everything out of the packet, these are my picks from Kinokuniya bookstore. Going in with the first one, this is the Dark Crystal Age of Renaissance. It's actually a dream-seeking adventure book, and my niece actually told me about such books, that there are adventure books out in the market which actually retell the whole story based on the choices that you make within the book. And I saw a similar kind of thing going on in here, and I was really excited to try it. For example, you can see that there's this whole story going on in here, and at the bottom you will be given a choice whether you choose, for example, the woods, or you want to venture into the mountains. Based on that, you will be going into that particular page, and the story will be turning out based on the choice that you make in here. And similarly, there are multiple choices throughout the book, which makes it a pretty adventurous book, and I really wanted to try it and see for myself how this turns out. Next up, I have the Brandon Sanderson book. It's the Snapshot, and the story in here is about two detectives who have been ordered to get into a snapshot and investigate certain things around it. And while they are investigating, they come across a mass crime slaughter that has happened. And strangely, they have been ordered from the up and above to ignore that particular crime scene and continue investigating into the other ventures and other areas of that particular snapshot. And they obviously cannot ignore it and go ahead with it and do with their lives, so they start investigating it, and then people start hunting them. And while this is a snapshot and not a real life, the dangers in the snapshot does not make it any unreal, and they are really on the verge of risking their lives in this investigation. And I just remembered that I did not tell you what snapshot in this book entails to be. So if you could recreate one day in the snapshot of a real world, what dark secrets would you uncover? So they are trying to create a snapshot of a particular whole day based on the incidents that happened. And that's how the whole world building is working around in this one. And let's see how we find it. Our next book is The Ghost of Sherwood, and this is about the story of Robin and Miriam, and they two have been married for 20 years now, living a happy life. And back in the days, they managed to beat up a sheriff and dethrone him because he was not really good. And now King John is ruling the kingdom, and while they have sworn their fidelity to him and they really want everything to be safe, one day their children just disappear and they seem to have been kidnapped by someone, and they really don't know what that person wants. And now they are trying to gauge in help from every possible person they know, even ghosts that may reside in Sherwood, because you might sometime need the assistance of the unliving people to gather the insights that the living don't know. And while I was thanking my stars that I got my hands on this particular book, you know what was the next book that I actually got? This one. And this is supposed to be a follow-up story of this particular one. And I won't share this about the story because it has certain spoilers of book one, especially regarding King John. And the storyline is, of course, based out in Old England. So I'm so happy that I got my hands on two beautiful copies that are just following one after the next. So super excited for the Ghosts of Sherwood and the Heirs of Locksley. Happy reading to me. The next book that I got is the Mortman Hall, and this one is more of a surprise because the back cover does not have the blurb listed about the story. It has quotes from different people. So, as much as this is a surprise to you, it's equally a surprise to me as well. And we're just going to get that out of the way, and we have a beautiful hardcover copy, which is even beautiful from the inside. So let's just read together what this book is about. England 1930. Grieving widows are a familiar sight on the London's Necropolis Railway. So, when an elegant young woman in the black veil boards the funeral train, nobody guesses her true purpose. Rachel Savernake is there to save a life, the life of a man who is supposed to be cold in the grave. But her mission is derailed by a suspicious death on the tracks, spurring her into investigation mode. A sequence of baffling mysteries, a death in the blazing car, a killing in the seasonable bungalow, a tragic drowning in the frozen lake, a Rachel is sure cases are connected. Oh my god, this is a pure murder mystery and I'm very excited to read this. Quick correction, this is a gothic mystery, crime based novel, and good find. And that, my friends, were all the books that I got from Kinokuniya. Now, getting on to the bookments that we have. The first book on the list in here is Jett Jaminson and the Secret Storm. I'm going to start reading this one today. This was sent to me by Books Forward. Also, the other one that I'll be discussing right now. So, both of them were sent to me by Books Forward. So thank you so much for sending the book. And talking about this particular one, Jett Jaminson, our main protagonist, is suffering from a traumatic past and she is living in a small town, which does not make it very easy for her to forget that past. But she has found out a way to her peaceful bliss. She has filled her shoebox with 133 to-do list that she thinks if she does that she will really be able to achieve ultimate peace. But while that's a long way, her cousin actually suggests her to read a particular something book, which would be a faster way to reach peace. And now, while she's looking after that book, nobody wants to talk about that book. It has been disappeared from all the local libraries, bookstores, whatever you want to call it. It's not available to be read anywhere. And while she's, acting like a detective to find this particular book, she comes face to face with a radio broadcaster and she somehow falls on the wrong foot in front of her, and now things are going downhill from there. The book does sound quite promising to me, and it also came along with this cute little matching bookmark. So, big thanks for that as well. And I'm pretty excited to read this. I think August is going to be filled with a lot of middle grade books, considering all the books that I just bought from Kinokuniya and also the ones that I got in my mail, plus a few that I already had scheduled. So, hoping for a middle grade month this one. And the final book that I have for today is Food Fight. This one is a very humorous book based on what I can read out from the blurb at the back. This is about a very picky eater, our protagonist Ben, who doesn't really like eating a lot of stuff, and that has never been a problem before. But suddenly, all the people around him are focusing on his food habits, that what are you doing, be it your friends, the girl whom he likes a lot, and everybody around him. And to make it even more difficult, there is a 3-day camping school camp basically coming around, and he's mentally not ready for it. And now he is making survival plans to survive those 3 camping days in there. And he has created an official 3 days list that he needs to accomplish. One, he has to impress the girl. Second, he needs to stay away from the bully and outsmart them. And third and most important, stay away from every possible meal. But when has life ever gone according to plan? Obviously, his life does not go according to the plan as well. it's never worked out for anybody, I guess. And there's this epic hunter that has come in and he's about to ruin all his plans and almost throw him over the edge. And now Ben has to superficially decide what to do next, and based on that, the book will go ahead. And that were all the books that I got in the mail and in my book haul to share with you guys. And apart from that, it's just a quick update that I'm currently reading Izzy Hoffman is Not a Witch. And this one is so good, so good. I can't tell you how good. I will probably finish this up today, and that would be a wonderful start for the August. And just so excited. With that, I will like to take your leave from this video. I'll catch up with you very soon in my next video, and until then, keep your coffee strong and your TBRs long. Goodbye.